In my younger years, breakfast used to mean things like caffeine, sugar, and something quick enough to not make me late for work. But now, it's the one meal that fuels my nervous system and recovery. And by the end of this video, you'll see exactly how these nutrients can do the same thing for you. How each bite can become a signal for repair, clarity, and control.
When you eat the right nutrients at the right time, you're not just feeding your body, you're sending precise instructions to your brain. Think of this breakfast as the day's first neural signal: wake up, rebuild, communicate.
Lately, I've been thinking about 3 ingredients that sound simple, but talk directly to my neurons: protein, choline, and iodine. These 3, the holy trinity of breakfast fuel that speaks the brain's language.
Let's start with protein. It's not just for muscles. Amino acids like serine and glycine become part of the very sheath that wraps myelin. Without enough of them, repair stalls. With them, oligodendrocyte precursor cells, or OPCs, have the raw material to get to work.
My version of protein comes from whey. 6 scoops plus 4 tablespoons of whey isolate, to be exact. I've been reading a lot lately, and there's a lot of talk about protein becoming the new superfood, with experts arguing that exceeding the RDA is unnecessary and possibly harmful if overconsumed. I get that, but when you factor in the demands of neurological recovery, sticking to the RDA is a disservice to our goal. My body isn't just maintaining tissue, it's rebuilding it. The extra protein isn't excess, it's repair fuel. It's not glamorous, but it's consistent. And the longer I've stuck with it, the more stable my nervous system has become.
Then comes choline. It's what your neurons use to build acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter that controls muscle activation and timing. Without choline, electrical signals lose clarity. With it, every signal becomes sharp, deliberate, precise. That's why Steve uses a supplement called Eudopa, rich in choline and dopamine precursors, 2 keys for motor control and neuroplasticity.
Yeah, I used to think breakfast was all about energy. Now I know it's about communication. Choline tells my brain, we're online, we're ready to move.
And the third piece, iodine, is the activator. It fuels thyroid hormones like T3 and T4, which regulate how quickly your cells use energy. But beyond metabolism, thyroid hormones act directly on OPCs, flipping their remyelination mode on. Without that signal, repair cells stay idle. With it, they start wrapping nerves again.
I think most people think iodine only speeds up metabolism. But in the brain, it's more surgical than that. It doesn't just rev you up, it activates the repair machinery. That's the difference between stimulation and restoration.
Thyroid hormones T3 and T4 even have receptors on OPCs themselves. When they bind, they switch on genes responsible for producing new myelin. That's not speculation, it's confirmed in research, including an NIH study titled "Thyroid Hormone Potentially Benefits Multiple Sclerosis via Facilitating Remyelination."
I take 3 drops of nascent iodine every morning. It's a tiny amount, but over time, it feels like flipping the biological switch. Within weeks of adding it, my sleep scores improved, my energy stabilized, and my recovery picked up speed. It's not magic, it's mechanism.
When you combine protein structure, choline's signal, and iodine's activation, you create the perfect cellular conversation, material, message, and metabolism. That's how neurons rebuild.
And it's proof that breakfast doesn't just start your day, it sets your brain's tone. I don't need caffeine anymore. My body's already alert because it's being listened to.
You could say this is the meal that teaches your nervous system to speak again in the language of repair.
And once your neurons start talking, recovery isn't a miracle. It's practice. So when I call this the breakfast that wakes up my myelin, I mean it. Because that's what it's done for me.
No miracle pill, just a meal your brain actually recognizes as fuel.
Exactly. And if you want to see what that breakfast looks like in action, it's right here. See you in the next one.